What about when you're just confused about what is the next thing for you to do in your business? What we often do is we look for a quick win. So we go for the things that are the easiest to implement, but they might be easy to implement, but they don't really bring a great deal of benefit. In terms of how do you work out what you want to work on or what you should be working on next, let's go. Number one is, and this is the foundation.
If you want more time, money, freedom, and have a business that's not reliant on you, then you're in the right place. Each week, Mark Creedon, along with some of the very best business minds in the world, will take you through simple, practical steps you can take to create the business you always wanted. From his own practical experience, Mark will show you how to work less, make more, and get the business you always wanted, the one that you deserve. Now here's your host, one of Australia's most sought-after business coaches, Mark Creedon.
Welcome to the latest edition of the Family Business Podcast. I'm flying solo again today because Caroline's crook. Well, she said she was crook. Maybe she's, I don't know, getting her nails done or hair done or... Anyway, she looked sick when I left her this morning, so I'm in the chair alone. Hey, we want to talk about, in the last episode, we spoke about clarity and how you get clarity and a 5-step process to do that. In this episode, I want to talk about what about when you're just confused about what is the next thing for you to do in your business? One of the things we talk about in our program all the time is the RNT, the right next thing, because the reality is at any given time, there's probably 1,000 things you could be doing. But if you want to get a bit of structure back into your business, what is the right next thing? That's what we're going to address in this episode of the podcast. So let's get that underway right now. One of the things that I learned off Taki Moore a number of years ago is a concept called the 5 1s. That's what I'm going to share with you today. Now, if you're listening to this while you're at the gym or in the car, whatever, don't worry. The 5 1s, you'll be able to remember them, or you can listen to it later and take a quick note. But we've also got a way at the end of this episode, I'm going to talk to you about a way that you can actually implement the 5 1s where you don't have to even write them down. We can help you to make that happen right at the very end of the podcast episode. Let's talk about why we talk about the 5 1s. The concept here is I've got a bunch of things going on in my business and there's some good things going on, but there's a bit of confusion. I'm getting inconsistent results. I'm frustrated or I'm stressed and I'm feeling a bit stuck in the business. And so what I'm really looking for is, what do I need to focus on? And you can be a bit like a searchlight, right? You're searching around the horizon for all of the things that are going on in your business. And as you search around, I could do this, or I could improve the delivery process. Oh, I can improve the way that I advertise, or that I get leads in. Oh, I could improve the way that I, let's come up with 5 different ways to market the business. Let's come up with 5 different ways to convert clients. And let's try those. And with all due respect to some of the marketing companies out there, they'll talk to you about all this A, B, and C testing. It's all good stuff. But you've got to get the basics right first. And that's where the concept of the 5 1s really comes to its own. So here's what it means. In terms of how do you work out what you want to work on or what you should be working on next, let's go. Number one is, and this is the foundation, one product. You focus on one product. If you are in a business that provides a number of different products, pick the product that is either going to be the easiest for you to work on, is going to generate the most revenue for you, has the highest profit margin, but just focus on one product. Now, by the way, if you do have a wide range of products, you could run a number of 5 1s in line with each other. But the concept here is, how do I get real traction? And by the way, how do I get some wins, right? Because you kind of get head kicked so many times in business, don't you, in your own business? And it's nice just to, often talk about celebrating the wins. One of the things that we do, in fact, in our program, every Friday we run a Focus Friday session on Zoom. And the first thing we do in that is we talk about what have been your wins for the week, and let's celebrate those wins. It's one of the advantages of sort of being involved in a program like that, where you get to celebrate the wins of other people, and you get this shared wisdom and collective momentum, everybody, and you get a lot of being pushed along by everybody being rowing in the same direction. So step number one is to focus on one product, one foundation product. What is one product that you can offer that you can really fine tune on, that you can get greater value out of, that you think that you can improve the way that you deliver it, etc. Don't go into any of that just yet. I just want you to think. And if you're listening to this in the car or at the gym, which is where I listen to my podcasts, is to think about, what is that one product that I could focus on? Here's step number 2. Just on the, because the thing about the reason you want to do that is because you want to make it super clear and easy to understand. So that's the question you ask yourself with that one product. Is it clear what that product is? Is it clear what that product does? And I reckon that's the really important thing, particularly in the service industry. See, there's this old concept of, you don't sell a steak, you sell a sizzle. And I reckon I think you've got to sell both these days. I think people are looking for both the steak and the sizzle, right? So there's both. But what you really need to understand is what is the outcome, or what is the transformation that your product is going to bring, your service is going to bring to your clients. And you're super clear on that. So pick one product and make sure that it's absolutely super clear to understand, and that you can really clearly set out what is the transformation that will come to your clients by using it. Too many offers, it dilutes the effect of it. And if it's clear, if it isn't clear, things will fall apart from there. So step number one product, make sure it's clear, easy to understand, and the transformation is super clear. Number two, one target market. One target market. And that's just about who is this specifically for? Who is going to benefit most out of your product or service? And how well do you understand them? So one of the things about marketing, and I'm not a marketing consultant, but one of the things that we help our clients to understand is this. Particularly with AI these days, the days of going out and what I would call shooting arrows in the air, just trying to attract as many people as you can. Gosh, the number of times people have said to me, "Oh, it's just a numbers game, Mark. The more you put out there, the more you'll get." That's just old bullshit thinking now, because particularly with AI, there's always been the concept that you should find your client where they are. But with AI, that's so much easier now. So, on social media, on Meta, for example, you can narrow right down. Meta will use its own AI resources to narrow your target market right down for you. If you're using programs like Score App, for example, you can narrow things right down. So what you want to do is get super clear on who your target market is. Your target market can't be everybody. I mean, it can, but that's a really hard road to hoe. It's really hard to put a service or product out there that is for everyone. Like, unless you're selling Coca-Cola or Red Bull, it's going to be really difficult to do that. So you want to get one target market and super clear on exactly who they are, where they are, and why they would use your product or service, right? Who they are, where they are, and why. So get crystal clear on your target market. This is a great exercise to do. It's going to give you so much clarity. It's going to give your team so much clarity, and it's really going to help you to fast track the business. And if you're feeling a bit stuck right now, this is going to be super helpful as well. Step number 3, one lead source. So, there's lots of different things you could do. And if you go out to agencies, they'll sell you Meta, and they'll sell you some traditional advertising, and they'll sell you EDMs, and they'll flog you, a bunch of different ways that you can put your product out there. For the purpose of this exercise, so that you can get super clear on what the right next thing is, it's just one lead source. Where are you focusing your attention, both your time, your effort, and your money? And are you actually trying to be everywhere? Because the risk you run with multiple platforms is you get no traction, because you're not narrowing down the message. So we've already said that you've got this one target market. Now you need to go, where are they? Where am I going to find them? Am I going to find them on the back of a bus? Am I going to find them on Meta? Am I going to find them on TikTok? Where am I going? Am I going to find them in the newspaper? If your target market is people 55 or 60 plus, you're probably still going to find them in newspapers and magazines or watching TV. If they're younger than that, am I going to find them on a streaming service? Like, where are you going to find them and generate that one source and just focus your energy? Now, that's not to say, by the way, that once you nail this and you get it right, you can't go out and expand your lead generation out to a number of different sources. So I'm not saying that you only focus on one forever. What I'm saying here is you get one and you nail it and you get the process down pat. It's super easy then to pick that up. That becomes like a model that you can then pick up and go, right, well, it's worked on TikTok, so no reason now why I can't take it across and use it on Insta or whatever it might be. So one lead source. Next thing is one conversion tool. So when you, particularly in the service industry, if you're putting a lead out there and you get a lead, how do you convert them? Do you convert them with a sales doc? Do you convert them with a phone call, with a Zoom call? Do you have a salesperson talking to them? Do you do it? Do you run an event to convert them? Do you run a webinar? What are the tools that you use? And just pick one conversion tool. just one conversion tool. And then you can then move into other, like all of these things, you can move into other conversion tools, but you need to nail this one first. And then the fifth one is for one time frame. So what I'm suggesting is you run those four things. You've got one product, one target market, one lead source, and one way of converting those leads for one period of time. They're the 5 ones. Hey, it's a really very easy tool. And we've taken lots of clients who have felt really stuck in their business, not sure where they're going. We've taken lots of clients who have been stuck in their business, not sure where they're going, just looking for that right next thing. We've taught them the 5 ones, and suddenly, boom, it's just kind of opened up and they've really cleared their way forward. So a really simple process is to follow this 5 ones methodology. I also think that if you're thinking about what is the right next thing, we've got this really great tool that we use with our clients that we call the betting table. And really it's about thinking about this. If you've got a whole bunch of different ideas of things that you need to work on, you go, right, what's the next thing I should be doing? You want to imagine that you're working off a matrix, right, where the vertical axis was the benefit, so from low to high, and the horizontal axis was the ease from low to high. So low ease is obviously really hard, high ease is really easy. You're looking for things that would fit up in sort of the top right-hand quadrant or the top right-hand section of that graph. So putting it in simple terms, in case you're driving your car or listening in the gym and you can't actually visualize a graph, if you've got a bunch of things that you're looking to do and you sort of work out, I'm not sure what I need to do next, go and look for what is the easiest to implement that's going to bring the highest return. Easiest to implement, highest return. Because what we often do is we look for a quick win, right? So we go for the things that are the easiest to implement, but they might be easy to implement, but they don't really bring a great deal of benefit. They're not a real win for us. So what you're looking for is easy to implement, super quick, something you can do, within the next couple of days without a lot of effort or a lot of money, but something that's going to have the highest impact for you. And that's a tool that you can then teach your team. So if your team is sort of going, oh, we've got a bunch of things that we need to do, but we're not sure what to do next, go for easy win, high impact, right? Easy win, high impact, nice, simple process. If you think that you could benefit from understanding these 5 ones and even some tools for how to best use them, then we've got a little treat for you. I actually just need to look up the date because I want to make sure I get the date right. Yeah, okay. On Friday, the 24th of April, every Friday in our program, we, at 10 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time, we run a session just for our members. Every now and then, we open that up to some guests, and I want to open that up to you guys. So I'd love to help you to see how the 5 ones actually works and how you can make it work in your business. If you'd like to do that, 10 o'clock, Friday the 24th, 10 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, Mastermind Zoom, MasterMind, zoom.com.au. That's mastermindzoom.com.au. Jump online. Couple of rules. Come along ready to participate because, as I said before, there's lots of collective momentum in the group, and also have your camera turned on. We want to see your smiling face. This is something that is really only for our paid members, but we do open some, every now and then we open some spots, and this is a real opportunity for you to jump in and see how you can apply this in your business. But wait, there's more. Sound like the saucepan salesman, but not a set of steak knives this time. But in fact, what we're going to do in that session, we're going to give away a 1 month free access to our program. So you get that completely free for a month. One lucky person, one lucky guest joining us for that episode will get 1 month's free access to our mastermind program. So you can actually see how it works in your business. There's no catch. There's no trick. We don't take a credit card and expect you to, you forget to cancel it. None of that. It's completely free for a month. Love to see you online on the 24th of April, mastermindzoom.com.au. Quick recap on what we spoke about today, the 5 ones. It is one product, one lead generation tool, one conversion tool, one market for one period of time. Let's see you on the 24th of April where we'll put all that together for you and show you how you can actually improve your business by using that. This is Mark Creedon. It's flying solo because Caroline's still sick, so she says. And until we see you next time, please make sure you spend time with those who matter most.